PRC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
This is James Spann. This is the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Thursday morning, the 9th day of April. Alabama's weather looking good today, but thunderstorms return tomorrow. What about the chance of severe weather? Let's talk about it. We'll peek at the images this morning coming from the Skycam network. There's the Birmingham Skycam looking off toward the UAB complex from downtown. Not as cold this morning. Readings are hovering around 50 in most spots. The Tuscaloosa Skycam looking over toward Bryant-Denny Stadium. And from Demopolis, that big moon glistening off the water of the Tombigbee River early this morning. Well, our trough is gone, and we're watching the new trough to the west, and that will bring rain back in here tomorrow, but today still looks pretty good. The convective outlook for today, we got a slight risk of severe weather, roughly from Shreveport up to near Wichita and Cape Girardeau, Missouri, and that includes Tulsa and Little Rock. Tomorrow, the slight risk moves on to the east and includes a pretty good chunk of Alabama. And it is interesting to note within that, we've got an enhanced risk over northeast Alabama, north Georgia, and parts of middle Tennessee. And we'll drill down and take a closer look at that here in just a moment. On day 3, which is Saturday, a slight risk over central and western Texas. And then day 4, which is Easter Sunday, a severe weather risk running from near Waco, Texas, over to New Orleans and Mobile on the western Gulf Coast region there. And at the moment, we are not outlooked on day 5, but we do think that Monday could bring a risk of severe weather in here, as you'll see shortly. And the QPF numbers are coming up. This is the expected rain valid through Monday evening of next week. So this takes into account the rain event tomorrow and the rain event late Sunday night and Monday. And this is suggesting rain amounts of over 2 inches for much of the state, with a strip of heavier rain down south from Mobile up toward Phoenix City. Let's take a look here. This is the OZGFS at noon or 1 o'clock today. And here comes the shortwave trough over Texas off to the west. But again, we're in good shape today. Breezy, warmer, highs well up in the 70s, a partly to mostly sunny sky. And again, you can see how severe storms could break out later today to the west. The surface low is near Oklahoma City. Tomorrow, that lead shortwave is passing just northwest of here. The surface low is north of Memphis at midday. And again, that is certainly a favorable position for thunderstorms here. We'll take a look at some of the severe weather parameters. Here's a look at the instability tomorrow afternoon. The surface-based capes there between 1,500 and 2,000 joules over the northern part of the state. Pretty decent, some of the higher instability values we've seen so far this year. This is the 0 to 3 kilometer storm relative helicity. And you can see how that is somewhat maximized over the northern third of the state, especially northeast Alabama. And so there does seem to be a little window of opportunity for severe storms tomorrow afternoon, especially over the north. And we'll just kind of keep an eye on things. It is the proper time of day. The surface low is not all that deep, and the upper air trough is not all that deep. That seems to be the main limiting factor. Certainly not as intense as other systems we have seen this season, but it bears watching. Saturday starting off the weekend, that is gone. We're dry. The high close to 70, the sky becoming sunny. Easter Sunday looks good, but off to the west, here comes our new storm. Again, the surface low is near Dallas-Fort Worth, with thunderstorms breaking out to the west. And Monday, a much more vigorous trough that goes negative tilt. This dynamic support is much better late Sunday night and Monday for severe weather. The surface low is deeper, under 1,000 millibars, a little farther north, but again, that's a favorable position. The surface low near St. Louis. And you can see the band of showers and storms rotating on through here. It still looks like the timing could be an issue. It might come through maybe Monday morning where the air is not as unstable. This is hinting the main window could be from perhaps 3 a.m. until 3 p.m. But let's get Friday's system out of here, then we can focus on that. But this one would seem to be the better of the two in terms of severe weather potential. And then Tuesday, that is gone. And by the way, Tuesday is spring break week for a lot of people next week. So if you're off next week, headed somewhere, you can see that Tuesday should be nice on the Gulf Coast or here. Same deal Wednesday, beautiful day. Thursday of next week, though, a thunderstorm complex sets up on the Gulf Coast, and Friday the 17th looks a little showery. Not a major storm system. Just be aware toward the end of next week there will be some risk of rain around here. Uh-oh. Couple of days later, looky here, the 19th. You know, about the time we're talking about no more freeze, look what shows up. Big old trough over the east. The thickness values are low, and even that would suggest no freeze. The core of the reason for the low thickness values is the cold air aloft, but then no doubt that would be pretty chilly. And then 5 days later on the 24th, a trough to the north, and that looks a little wet on the Gulf Coast, but hey, you know, that's all voodoo out here. We call it voodoo country because there's not much skill in a specific forecast beyond 7 days. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 3:30 or so today. And, of course, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 5, 6, and 10. Again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.